So if you're familiar, this video isn't for you and you probably have already solved this, but if you're guessing and you're out there like, what the hell is going on with my lens? Here's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with Hey, welcome back to my channel, guys, and welcome back to Justin Posting Once in a Blue Moon. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Justin Wolf. I am mainly a landscape photographer based out of Texas, United States. For everyone who is not familiar with this very small state, I mostly shoot landscapes, and this is what this channel is mostly filmed on. However, this week I went out and bought something a little bit different from my typical, field. I bought a Sigma 85mm f1.4. I'm trying to get my business more into portraits, so having a 35 f1.4 was nice. Having the 85 is, cream of the crop. That's what they say. Now, this is not the Nikon f1.4. This is not the Canon f1.4. This is an off-brand for what I'm shooting. Canon, your main camera would be this lens. If you shoot Nikon, your main lens would be this. Sigma's kind of that third-party option that is going to save you some money, and from what everyone will tell you, it's a really sharp lens, and it definitely is. When you hit focus on this thing, and we'll talk about this in a second, at wide open f1.4, it's really beautiful. It's really crisp images, not too much chromatic aberration, not too much soft focus or anything. But with that being said, this lens does have some quirks of its own. So for anyone, now this is kind of a review, this is more of like a, this is kind of a review slash help critique for anyone who is running into the problem which I had, and that is not nailing your focus, right? So I have a Nikon D850, and there's a great body. I don't want to talk about the body itself. D850, great, been out for a while, but paired with the 85 f1.4, I was having some problems with it. I picked this lens up, I believe, on I want to say Thursday last week, Wednesday or Thursday, so this is currently being filmed on Monday the following week, so I've had this not even a week. Some of the issues I was running into that I couldn't figure out was, why is it not focusing, right? So when you nail focus, this thing is absolutely beautiful. And when you go through and use live view, it nails focus every single time. The problem I was having, though, is when you're shooting through, and because this is a DSLR, this is not mirrorless, this probably won't apply to you mirrorless people, but when I was shooting through the actual, lens reflect, which makes it a SLR, right, it's using mirrors, it was missing focus, and I couldn't tell you why. Sometimes it would hit, and most of the time it wouldn't. We were talking about probably like 15% time, 15% of the time it would nail focus, and 85% of the time it would just absolutely miss. And I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? It nails focus, and like I said, when it nails focus, it's beautiful. This lens is the cream of the crop, an 85 f1.4, but when it misses, the fall off is incredible, because it's an 85 f1.4. I was like, dude, why is my lens keep missing? I couldn't figure it out. So you can Google this, you can YouTube this. There's not a lot of information out there. I had to go through about an hour and a half of research trying to figure out, okay, is there something wrong with my camera? Now keep in mind, I have other lenses. I have a Tamron 1-400, I have a Tamron 24-70, I have another Tamron 24-70, I have what's being filmed on right now, a 35mm f1.4, and it never misses focus on my 850, and the 750, which is what this is being filmed on, never misses focus. And I'm like, well, that's interesting, because the 85 is missing focus. So initially I'm like, okay, well, it's probably not the camera body. Now, there's some forums out there that'll tell you you have a problem with the focusing system, and if live focus is working, which it is, you have a problem with your mirror focusing system. And I'm like, no, that's not right, because every other lens works, right? You would think if it's the mirror, then it's something else. I thought maybe it had a bad lens, but that didn't also make sense either, because live view is working. So what is going on? And this is something I want to talk about. I'll do a review on this lens more in depth later. But just to keep this video simple and to help anyone else who is having this problem, because it's not widely known, and this is specifically for like DSLR people. So if you're Canon, I think they make it for Pentax. If you're on Pentax, if you're on, an old Sony that was single lens reflex, not mirrorless, maybe Canon and Nikon. If you're shooting on a DSLR body, this is going to be for you. And the issue I was having, which was widely debated in a lot of conversation, and this is kind of known for Sigmas here. So if you're familiar, this video isn't for you, and you probably have already solved this. But if you're guessing and you're out there like, what the hell is going on with my lens? Here's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with back focusing issues, meaning when you go to focus on your subject and you line up, and let's say for the eye, for example, because this is a portrait lens, so you're getting close up within 4 to 5 feet of the subject, right? You want to do a headshot, and you focus on the eyeball, why is the nose in focus, right? And you'd be like, well, what's going on? Or opposite, you're focused on the eyeball and the ear's in focus. So you have kind of a focus, which when you look through here, right? I look through the lens, I line up, I set my focus, boom. And the camera's like, yeah, you're focused. You take the picture and you go and review it, and in fact, you're not focused, right? You missed focus. So that was the issue I was having. Essentially, it was not focusing when it said it was focused. The error of having a subject be accidentally out of focus instead of, accidentally out of focus, and sharp focus instead of falling on the eye is either past or in front of the focused area. Point of focus is here, it's focusing in front of it or behind it, right? Not actually where it's supposed to be focused. And the remedy for that, if you're using Nikon, is very simple. If you're using Canon, I imagine is very similar as well. And that's simply just to go into your lens profile and set the focusing point to be in front of what it actually thinks is in focus, right? So I'll show you how to do that. It's real simple. You go into on Nikon, you're gonna go into your menu, you're gonna go down to the little wrench icon, click on that, and go to Autofocus Fine Tune. There you can go into your saved value. You can go plus or minus depending on what your lens is doing and adjust it from there. Now this lens, the specific lens I needed was plus 15 on the increment. And I'm not sure exactly what that is changing or how much that is changing the focus, but from where the camera was saying it was focused, I had to go plus 15, right? So for example, this is the eyeball, and this is the nose. I focused on the eyeball and the nose is tack sharp. I had to go plus 15 in my settings to bring what it thinks is focused on the eyeball, which is actually the nose, if you're following here, and move the focus up plus 15. So when I shoot the eyeball and it's in focus, it's actually in focus, if that makes sense. I don't know why this isn't talked about more than it is, but this is an issue and is easily fixed through your autofocus fine-tune settings. Each camera has it, and like I said, when you nail focus, this lens is beautiful. It's sharp, so this is not an issue with the lens. It's an issue with the third-party lens and probably my Nikon D850 not reading it, because my 750 was experiencing this, just not as bad, right? A little different focusing system between the two systems and whatnot. Now, I was seeing articles on like even Nikon brand, so native company branded lenses having the same issue, and it just might be something with the 85s or the longer focal lengths where it's just off by that much. But when you're playing with such a tight field of view at such a wide open fast aperture, you're going to start experiencing stuff like this. And as far as focusing speed, it's lightning fast, right? It's great. But that issue is living in my head rent-free, so I wanted to make this quick little video talking about it. Hopefully someone out there is like, oh my gosh, I solved your problem. Because you know what? I wish I had, a YouTube video like this to help me, but I couldn't find any. Now, maybe I'm just stupid, I was looking at the wrong thing, and maybe it is out there. But you know what? No one was talking about the 85mm back focusing, So hopefully, guys, that video helps wrap it up. Like I said, this is a gorgeous lens. When you hit focus, it's beautiful. So hopefully this video helps you hit focus more than you've typically been, all right? So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. I know it's kind of a rant. Wanted to make it quick and simple, just post it out there. I will try to post other videos coming up, but like I said, I'm fully self-employed, and I'm trying to build not only the business I'm currently running, but a photography business, hence the purchase of this lens right here. So with that being said, guys, stay tuned. If you like this video, give it a like. If you really liked it, give me a subscription. I don't really care. I'm not on here a whole lot. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one. God bless. Peace.